Well, we are just a few days away now from the Apple Festival coming up in Irwin, and that is game time for John and Tracy Darr, of course, from Stanley's Produce. You guys right there. We have the same spot this year.
Always.
Always the same spot. And you can smell them from blocks away.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what you guys do for the Apple Festival.
Well, of course, we fry our homemade fried apple pies on site. And how we make the pies is the old-fashioned way. We use dried apples, we reconstitute them, put our spices in them, cook them, and then we hand roll all the dough. Of course, you know that. You helped us one year.
I got to help one year.
So that's how we make our fried apple pies, the old-fashioned way. And then, of course, we'll be making apple dumplings, too. And right now, John is frying pies. This is our small little fryer, you know, like your home fryer.
I was going to say, you need a big, because how many of these are you guys, everybody's walking around with these.
We rolled out this year 10,000 pieces of dough, just for the pies.
Just for the pies.
And 800 dough for the dumplings.
So to say you've been busy getting ready for the, absolutely. And John's over there. John, tell us where you're at right now in the apple pie, fried apple pie
we take
process.
we take a raw biscuit and we just roll it out, and then we take dried apples, reconstitute them, put sugar in, put water in them, cook them down. Then we'll put our sugar and cinnamon in there, and we can get recipes if you want them on. She'll put them on the internet, but you just spread it out like that.
And this is kind of the gold, the liquid gold inside. This is a big process. You're just scooping it now, but tell me a little bit about how you guys make these apples. Because
what it is back in the older days, people would dry their apples because, you know, you didn't have refrigeration, freezers, and all these things back then. So they would take them, cut them, and dry them out. And during the winter, they would make pies out of them. Well, people don't do that anymore. It's a long and hard process. But we wanted to go back to the old way in everything that we do. And that's why we do it this way. And most people know how good this is. It does not taste like applesauce. It does not taste like fresh apples. It's different. It's so really good. And it is so good. And when you're making them, of course, you sell them at the produce stand, but when you're making them on site, and they're warm, and you're walking around with, it's just the perfect Apple Festival food. It's the fall feel. And of course we have our big fryers there, and we make, I think, what, 50 every 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
A couple minutes.
And there's still a line.
And there's still a line.
I mean, they're still, as fast as you can fry them, they are. It is kind of one of those traditions, I think, when people go to the Apple Festival. They got to go see John and Tracy and get one of those fried apple pies.
Well, we're glad and we appreciate that.
Yeah, it is a wonderful thing. And you've also got apples, and we've got apple dumplings, and I see this year's crop for apples pretty good, isn't it?
Yes. John, how many varieties of apples are we going to have at the Apple Festival?
We'll have 17.
17 varieties to choose from. And what we do, we give them their bag. They pay for their bag. This year, it'll be easier to do it this way. They just get their bag, pay for it, and then they just fill the bag up.
Oh, nice.
So, and they can pick their own apples.
And you can pick your own apples. All right, well, we're also making the apple dumplings today. So coming up a little later on in the show, John and Tracy are going to show us how they do those, because you can also find those at the Apple Festival. But fried apple pies, don't forget the Apple Festival is coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday. You can go say hello to John and Tracy and get your fried apple pie, or you can go see them always there on West Market Street. It is Stanley's Produce, and of course the bakery. Never forget the bakery.
Right.